friends, Nibs again. I'm out here in the garage doing a little bit of goofing around today. And just waiting for the weather to warm up outside a little bit. I got to go do some work on my truck, but it's supposed to get up in the 40s today, so it can wait a little bit of time, and then when I get out there I won't freeze my fingers off. But I wanted to do a initial review for you guys on actually I picked up two of these, and one of them I've already started doing a little bit of modifications to, but this particular one is still almost 100% stock. I did one thing to it already, but what we have here is the iconic Crosman 2240. I can't believe it took me so long to actually get one. I just had so much other things going on. It kind of escaped me, but now I have a couple of them in here in the garage to play around with, and these are going to be a lot of fun. I can tell already. I've been having a lot of fun playing with them off camera. This particular one, again, this is the one I'm going to leave pretty much stock. I mean, I might do little mods to it just to improve the performance of it, but I'm going to leave like the valve and everything pretty much stock and everything in it. The one thing I have done so far to it is initially the trigger on this one, it wasn't horrible, but it was in the high 3s, almost 4-pound trigger, about 3 pounds 11 ounce average, a little over that. And what I did was the spring crush adjustment, I guess you could call it, on the trigger. So on the right hand side, if you take, actually I think you can do it from either side, but better from the right side, you take the grip panel off, and then the spring is just right there. You take that spring, and I did it with my vise, but you could do it probably with a pair of pliers too. Just smush the spring down, then you put the spring back in there, and you got to test to make sure that it latches reliably when you rack the bolt, because if you crush it down too far, you'll end up with where you pull the bolt back and it won't cock the hammer, and then you won't be able to shoot it. So you gotta balance it out. I've done a couple of mods on a couple of 1377s and 22s that I used different springs, and that worked pretty good too. I may end up goofing around and polishing the trigger sear engagement points on this one down the road. It still feels a little gritty, but made a huge improvement, and it's still very reliable and safe. And I'll put a picture here. The trigger pull is now about 1 pound, right around 7 ounces, 7.8 I think is what the average was. So really nice trigger now. Like I said, just a little tiny bit of creep and grit there still, and I know I can use some I've done this in the past, some wet dry sandpaper up to 1,000, and then some jeweler's rouge on a felt pad on my Dremel tool, and there she is right there, and that really polishes up that sear engagement point really nice and really smooths that out. You don't have that grit anymore, because all these are just, you know, they're stamped out of a piece of heavy sheet metal or heavy metal, and they don't ever do anything as far as polishing up those edges. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to shoot this guy a couple of groups across the garage here, 21 feet. But I did do a test with the chronograph, and the lightest 22 pellets I have in the garage right now are 13 grain Daisy wad cutters, and with those I saw about 423 feet per second, which I think is right around where it's advertised, but had a really nice spread of only 6 feet per second. So and I did some other shots before and after that too. Those are just the ones I did as far as just doing a test, and that was with, after I shot probably 4 or 5 shots with the new cartridge before I did that test, that string right there, and it's pretty consistent. So but let's go ahead and we'll do some groups across the garage. These are pretty nice. You guys know I kind of like my guns that are able to generate their own power, but CO2s have their place and they're a lot of fun to play with too. And these ones are definitely, I was really pleasantly surprised to see that these are still at least assembled in the United States. It says assembled in the United States with foreign sourced parts, so they probably get a lot of these parts from China and other countries, but they still assemble them right here in New York. So, but I have two separate pellets I'm going to do a group with. The first one is the Rifle Premium. These are really nice pellets. They are a 16.82 grain pellet, and then it wouldn't be a true Crosman test if I didn't try them with the Crosman hollow points. So let's go ahead and I'm going to start out with the Rifle Premium. So in my initial testing with this, it's shooting a little bit high still, so I'm really just shooting more for grouping right now, and down the road, once I figure out which pellets are really working the best, I'll go ahead and zero this out with those pellets. But for now, we're just looking for the smallest grouping size. I haven't shot it a lot, probably only had about two CO2 cartridges full on this one so far, and get about 30 good shots with a cartridge, and then they start to drop off. This does have some bark. It definitely is a candidate for a suppressor for out here in the garage, but I'm going to leave this one stock so we can have something to compare it to as I do mods on the other one and compare it to the stock gun. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Just a little bit high, but right on the money. I did put my little dot of orange paint right there on the front sight post, because with this black on black sight arrangement without any fiber optic, it is very tough for me to see those front sights without that orange dot. I'm not sure why are CO2 guns so loud, even though they're not super powerful. I mean, this one's only 420, let's just say 425. I've got other guns out here that are shooting higher velocity than that, and they don't have nearly the springers and pump ups that don't have nearly the bark. Ooh, that one went way high. Maybe that was just my flinch, but yeah. So the rest of them are all kind of going in that one group. That flyer was probably just me. Yep, so pretty good grouping looking there. So let's go ahead and get some of these Premier hollow points out. Mailman's coming. Don't have anything coming in the mail today that I know of anyway. Be nice to get some surprise mail though. Alright, that one's up to the top of the shoot and see as well. Or yeah, these aren't shoot and sees, these are just Birchwood Casey orange sticker dots. I need to go to the store and get me some more shoot and sees. Ooh, that one was right dead center. I can kind of affirm that any variation in the group size on here is strictly due to my poor eyes in these open sights, because that other one with the red dot on it already is shooting them just about one hole, one right after another into the same hole. So one pellet run right after another in the same hole. Yeah, it looks like I could use to, yeah, it's already down, looks like it's already down at the lowest setting, so. All right, so I had one flyer down on that one. The rest of them all went into the same group up high there. But there you go. There is my initial review of the Crosman 2240. Really cool gun. I would say it has enough power to do some pesting, some light pesting work. If you have some rats or some squirrels that are coming in a little too close to the back deck, you need to take care of them. But yeah, a lot of fun. And like I said, I bought 2 of them. So one of them I can play around and do mods on, and then the other one I can keep bone stock or close to bone stock. And it'll be a lot of fun. So anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, have a great day.